What is your role at UCI?
I'm a project scientist, more specifically a data scientist. So I process and analyze data from my lab.
What lab are you a part of, and what is the mission or vision of the lab?
I work in Dr. Mark Mapstone's lab in the neurology department in the School of Medicine. Mark hopes to improve early detection of Alzheimer's of all kinds by identifying blood-based biomarkers for the enrichment of clinical trials and for clinical biomarker use.
What does your research focus on, and are there any discoveries you'd like to share?
Alzheimer's is a big issue in Down syndrome, especially. So, my research focuses on examining blood samples from Down syndrome patients to identify early warning signs for Alzheimer's disease. And we can use changes in patient blood to learn more about how Alzheimer's affects the body as a whole, not just the brain. And what I can say so far is that blood seems to be a powerful way to observe changes in lipid metabolism in Alzheimer's disease.
What got you interested in that research focus area?
Well, one hypothesis for why Alzheimer's treatment hasn't had much success yet is that the neurological damage has already been done to the brain by the time we attempt to treat it. So we see evidence that we've stopped the progression of the disease, but it's already too late. If we're able to see Alzheimer's coming years ahead, it could lead to more successful treatment.
Is there a researcher who you've been inspired by?
Actually, one researcher who inspires me and I think deserves a lot of recognition is my partner, Zhenya. She's in a very different field than I am, but the focus and determination she's demonstrated really translates to any field. One thing I find so impressive is that she was able to obtain her PhD and make sure that I still got mine while we were raising two young children. She was pregnant with our firstborn when only in her first year of graduate school, so she faced a lot of doubters who didn't really take her commitment seriously. And when our son was barely 1 year old, he was actually identified as being high risk for autism and was formally diagnosed on the spectrum at age 2. So we both took a lot of time away from our research to participate in his care and development. I was even considering leaving the PhD program to stay at home with him. Jania was really determined for us to both finish our degrees, though, and really encouraged me to keep going. Um, we even had a second kid. At that point, I was closer to the end of my PhD, but she still had another 2 years or so, so it was going to be more work for her. But she still was able to do it with a newborn strapped to her and a toddler in special education. She really pushed us both past the finish line. I am immensely proud of her and inspired by her, and I think it really speaks to what you can accomplish when you have enough determination.
Is there any advice you have for new investigators entering the field of research?
My advice would be to keep in mind that a lab is made up of people, isn't defined just by their research topic. So I think it's important to surround yourself with people that will encourage personal growth and professional growth, provide a healthy work environment, and complement your personality. I've known a lot of smart people who really struggled because they didn't find the right labs, so I think it's very important.
What parts of the mission and vision of CFAR-DS appeal to you or inspire you?
Well, I really appreciate how CFAR-DS goes beyond just research and collaborates with the Down syndrome community and advocates. They connect us researchers with the community so we can understand and appreciate the needs of the people we're trying to help. Seeing the enthusiasm and support the Down syndrome community has for the center has really helped keep me motivated in a field that can often feel discouraging and overwhelming. So thanks to all of them.